Berakhot 20a. But he does become impure for a met mitzvah. Here too, the question is asked. Let us say that the obligation to bury a met mitzvah, which is predicated on the preservation of human dignity, should not override mitzvot explicitly written in the Torah as it is stated. There is neither wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord. The Gemara answers, there it is different, as it is explicitly written, and his sister, from which we derive that although he may not become ritually impure to bury his sister, he must do so for a met mitzvah. The Gemara suggests, let us derive a general principle that human dignity takes precedence over all mitzvot in the Torah from this case. This possibility is rejected. This is a special case, because a case of sit and refrain from action, shev ve'al ta'aseh, is different. Engaging in the burial of a met mitzvah is not actually in contravention of a mitzvah. Rather, by doing so, he becomes ritually impure and is then rendered incapable of fulfilling that mitzvah. We cannot derive a general principle from here that human dignity would also override a Torah prohibition in a case where that prohibition is directly contravened. The Gemara responds, in the context of the discussion whether or not human dignity overrides honoring God in the sense of fulfilling his mitzvot, Rav Papa said to Abai, what is different about the earlier generations, for whom miracles occurred, and what is different about us, for whom miracles did not occur? If it is because of Torah study, in the years of Rav Yehuda, all of their learning was confined to the order of Nezikin, while we learn all 6 orders. Moreover, when Rav Yehuda would reach in Tractate Okatzin, which discusses the extent to which the stems of various fruits and vegetables are considered an integral part of the produce in terms of becoming ritually impure, the halakha that a woman who pickles a vegetable in a pot, and some say when he would reach the halakha that olives pickled with their leaves are pure, because after pickling it is no longer possible to lift the fruit by its leaves. They are no longer considered part of the fruit. He would find it difficult to understand. He would say, those are the disputes between Rav and Shmuel that we see here. And we, in contrast, learn 13 versions of Okatzin, while with regard to miracles, after declaring a fast to pray for a drought to end, when Rav Yehuda would remove one of his shoes, the rain would immediately fall, whereas we torment ourselves and cry out, and no one notices us. Abai said to Rav Papa, the previous generations were wholly dedicated to the sanctification of God's name, while we are not as dedicated to the sanctification of God's name. Typical of the earlier generation's commitment, the Gemara relates, like this incident involving Rav Ada bar Ahava, who saw a non-Jewish woman who was wearing a garment made of a forbidden mixture of wool and linen, karbalta, in the marketplace. Since he thought that she was Jewish, he stood and ripped it from her. It was then divulged that she was a non-Jew, and he was taken to court due to the shame that he caused her, and they assessed the payment for the shame that he caused her at 400 zuz. Ultimately, Rav Ada said to her, "What is your name?" She replied, "Matun." In a play on words, he said to her, "Matun." Her name plus Matun, the Aramaic word for 200, is worth 400 zuz. It was also related about the earlier generations that they would degrade themselves in the desire to glorify God. Rav Gidel was accustomed to go and sit at the gates of the women's immersion sites. He said to them, "Immerse yourselves in this way, and immerse yourselves in that way." The sages said to him, "Master, do you not fear the evil inclination?" He said to them, "In my eyes, they are comparable to white geese." Similarly, the Gemara relates that Rabbi Yohanan was accustomed to go and sit at the gates of the women's immersion sites. Rabbi Yohanan, who was known for his extraordinary good looks, explained this and said, "When the daughters of Israel emerged from their immersion, they will look at me and will have children as beautiful as I." The sages asked him, "Master, do you not fear the evil eye?" He said to them, "I descend from the seed of Joseph, over whom the evil eye has no dominion. As it is written, Joseph is a bountiful vine on a spring. Alei ayin, Genesis 49:22. Ayin can mean both spring and eye. And Rabbi Abahu said a homiletic interpretation. Do not read it Alei ayin, rather Olei ayin, above the eye. They transcend the influence of the evil eye. Rabbi Yosei, son of Rabbi Hanina, cited a different proof from Jacob's blessing of Joseph's sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. The angel who redeems me from all evil shall bless the young, and in them may my name be recalled, and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and may they multiply, ve'idgu, in the midst of the earth. Genesis 48:16. Ve'idgu is related etymologically to the word fish, dag. Just as the fish in the sea, water covers them and the evil eye has no dominion over them, so too the seed of Joseph, the evil eye has no dominion over them. And if you wish, say instead, Joseph's evil eye, which did not seek to feast on that which was not his, Potiphar's wife. The evil eye has no dominion over him. Mishnah. Women, slaves, and minors who have parallel obligations in various mitzvot are exempt from the recitation of Shema.